चल कोई अच्छा मुझे ना एक और चीज़ जस्ट अ सेकंड मैं ना आपको एक 2 मिनट 2 मिनट हेलो अरे जी हाँ तो सबको क्या लगता है वामन अवतार की स्टोरी के बारे में लाइक व्हाट्स द स्टोरी अच्छा स्टोरी तो आप सबको बेसिक बेसिक पता होगी क्या है स्टोरी अकॉर्डिंग टू यू पीपल क्या लगता है थोड़ा बहुत कुछ किसी को पता हो सोचो सोचो क्या है स्टोरी लाइक एनी पार्ट ऑफ द स्टोरी 3 कदम यूनिवर्स ठीक है 3 स्टेप्स इन होल यूनिवर्स अच्छा राजा का अहंकार तोड़ा ओके ओके
मुझे एक
अंडरस्टैंडेबल
मेरे को बस इतना याद है वो नॉट याद है, इट्स मोर लाइक अ हाईलाइट आई गेस। शुक्र की जो शुक्राचार्य भी उस टाइम पे वहाँ पे थे, सो उनकी जो लेफ्ट आंख थी ना, उन्होंने वो कमंडल में उन्होंने वो ब्लॉक कर दिया था। मतलब जब वामन के जो पैर चरण धोते हैं ना, चरण साफ करते हैं, उस टाइम पे उन्होंने वो कमंडल ब्लॉक कर दिया था। सो विष्णु जी जो वामन बन के आए तो उन्होंने उससे एक तीली से जो है उसको अनक्लॉग किया था, जो बेसिकली शुक्र जी की लेफ्ट आर्म थी। दैट्स व्हाई ही लॉस्ट हिज लेफ्ट आई।
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है
या
ओके बढ़िया बढ़िया उसके अलावा कुछ और तो बताओ थोड़ा थोड़ा वर्जन बताओ सब स्टोरीज का क्या लगता है वामन अवतार की स्टोरी में जो जो बता सकते हो या जिसके अच्छा ये बताओ चलो न्यू किसके लिए लाइक हाउ मेनी पीपल पहली बार सुन रहे हैं ये राजा बली की अब नाम ही पहली बार सुन रहे हैं स्टोरी तो दूर की बात है किस किस के लिए न्यू है न्यू लिख के दिखाना मुझे पता चलेगा फॉर हाउ मेनी पीपल द स्टोरी इज क्वाइट न्यू फॉर द जेम्स इट कुड हैपन okay we will start from one of the most common thing that actually happen on daily basis uh, daily basis now you will be like what is the daily basis kind of a situation over here ना मानिए पंडित जी आपके घर आते हैं और वो आपको रक्षा सूत्र बांधते हैं या राखी बांधी जाती है, राखी का दिन आ रहा है, तो मैंने कहा ये बहुत अच्छी स्टोरी है, ठीक है। पर आई रियली वांट टू कास्ट इट ओवर द राखी का टाइम, बट राखी के टाइम पे बिजी बहुत होऊंगा मैं, तो इसलिए राखी पे तो मे भी स्टोरी ना बोल पाता, पर अभी बोल देता हूँ। तो राखी हो गई, या कभी भी, अच्छा राखी क्यों बांधती है बहन की मेरी रक्षा करना भैया, सिंपल ऐसा। अच्छा रक्षा कौन करता है, प्लैनेट कौन सा है रक्षा करने के लिए, ये बताओ जरा, कौन है जो रक्षा कर सकता है? ठीक है, धीरे धीरे करके नवग्रह आ जाएंगे चैट्स में, बढ़िया। शाबाश। आप सबका जो लॉजिक होगा वो सबका ठीक है, मैं समझ रहा हूँ, बट रक्षा कौन करेगा? बाबा जुपिटर करेगा रक्षा, ठीक है, मंगल करेगा रक्षा, वो भी ठीक है, और कौन कौन करेगा उसके अलावा? जुपिटर, मंगल, सूर्य, ये तीन करते हैं, सन भी कर रहा है, चलो लो जी, हमें मीटियोर से प्रोटेक्शन मिलती है, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। अब इनमें से अगर कैटेगराइजेशन करा जाए, सबसे पहले रक्षा कौन कर होगी, कौन करेगा? रक्षा किस सेंस में बोलने पे पहले वो बोल दूँ, फिजिकल सेंस में, ठीक है। फिजिकली कौन रक्षा करेगा आपकी, कौन फिजिकली आके लड़ेगा? मार्स, 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 बढ़िया बढ़िया बढ़िया, मंगल आगे करेंगे रक्षा। अच्छा मानो कि रोड रेज हो रही है, और रोड रेज हो रही है, और रोड रेज होते होते एक पक्ष के साथ तो आ जाते हैं लोग लड़ने, दूसरे के साथ नहीं आते हैं। जिसके साथ लोग आ जाते हैं उसका मंगल अच्छा है, जिसके साथ नहीं आते उसका मंगल खराब है, पतरी देखने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं, ठीक। ऑब्जर्वेशन एस्ट्रोलॉजी। चलो, आज हमने ये स्टोरी क्यों ली, लाइक स्टोरी लेने के ना दो रीज़न है। एक तो रक्षाबंधन आ रहा है, वो तो चलो ठीक है, उसके अलावा अभी ना सूर्य गंडांत में। अच्छा गंडांत क्या कॉन्सेप्ट होता है? गंडांत एक ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट है जहाँ पे बोला जाता है कि जब भी नक्षत्र, एक ट्रांजिशन होता है सूर्य का एक नक्षत्र से दूसरे नक्षत्र में, या किसी भी प्लैनेट का जब ट्रांजिशन होता है, लाइक व्हेन देयर इज अ टाइम ऑफ ट्रांजिशन, ड्यूरिंग द ट्रांजिशन व्हाट हैपेंस, if you are transiting from a particular nakshatra to another nakshatra, there are some critical points. During those critical points, planet falls under the Gandant. Gandant is a term that is associated with the jump of energy. So there are majority of the time the Gandantas are like this. From Ashlesha to Magha, that is a Gandant. Jeshta to Mula, that is also a Gandant. Revati to Ashwini, that is another Gandant. Okay, we have Angela with us. Angela, do you understand Hindi and English both? Just clarify this thing, Angela. Do you understand Hindi and English, both of the languages? Good evening, Snowy.
Good evening.
I you only understand English. No worries. So what I am actually giving for the today is the story of the King Bali and the fifth incarnation of the Lord Vishnu, that is the Vamana. So there are three junctions. You can say borders. That's what the Gandant is. If anyone asks you what is the Gandant, what do you mean by my this planet is in the Gandant? What would happen? You just tell that person that whenever a transition happens from one element to another, sometimes the jump is too much. That's why the planet is in a way to occupy both of the elements at the same time. That's what the Gandant means. As of now, the sun is in which nakshatra? If you will see, the sun is in the Ashlesha nakshatra. So sun is in Gandant. Some people say it is karmic, some people say it XYZ. At end of the day, any planet in the Gandant gives you issues related to the Ketu, or which node? South node to north node. Like north node and south node plays a very critical part in the Gandant. You have to see the position of north node and south node. Today's point is not just a discussion of the Gandanta zone. we will just move forward with the story. Okay. So the story says, so you first of all have to understand why the King Bali is famous. So why the King Bali is famous? King Bali is famous because anytime you tie a knot in your hand with the with a thread, majority of the time the thread is of red color that represent Mars itself. So anytime you go to any auspicious events where the spiritual activities are taking place, the the person who is in charge of all the ritual will first of all will tie a knot around your hand, a thread, a sacred thread. But during the time when that person is tying the thread around your wrist, he or she will recite a particular chant, a particular mantra, in which they invoke the King Bali. So they can protect you. At the end of the day, I think this is the first time the demons are there to protect yourself in an auspicious event. Kind of oxymoron statement that the god needs demon. But at the end of the day, nature always work over the oxymoron. So I will recite that mantra, and then we will see the meaning behind the same. This is the chant. In Hindi, it's known as Raksha Sutra. Raksha in English means protection. Sutra means combination of words. So Raksha Sutra. It starts in the Sanskrit. I will translate it the meaning to all of you. The first line is of this Raksha Sutra is Yen Badho Bali Raja Danavendro Mahabalah Ten Twam Twamanu Bandhanami Rakshe Machal Machal. So over here Yen mean जिसके द्वारा बधो means प्रतिबद्ध हुए बलि राजा राजा बलि दानवेंद्रो दानवों के राजा महाबलाह महाबलशाली तेन उसी प्रतिबद्धता के सूत्र द्वारा तुम्हें तुम्हें अनुबंधनामी मैं भी उसी रक्षा सूत्र से बनाता हूँ रक्षे इज इक्वल्स टू हे रक्षा सूत्र माचल स्थिर रहो माचल स्थिर रहो चलायमान मत रहो. At end of the day, what it means is, during this, you are invoking the King Bali. You are asking the King Bali because you are the king of demons. King Bali is the king of demons, one of the most powerful person. So we are at end of the day saying to the King Bali, the demons of the demons, kindly protect us. So majority of the time, these are the intricate details behind majority of the rituals. So you are asking demons, and this is the line that you have to understand. Demons are the one who protect. Demons are the one who always protect. If you go into the tantra, demons, any ugra devi devta, the rudras, those are the people who protect you. Those are the people who is always there for you in the front line. So demons and the ugra and the rudra. That's why you will see majority of the time demons are one of the most sincere people at any kind of spiritual sacrifices. They are damn good. That is why you will see the Rahu and Ketu. The fight of Rahu and Ketu is with the gods. The fight is with that I should also get the elixir of the life because I have done the same kind of efforts in this churning of the ocean. So there can be multiple meanings of this. The point is, uh, to be honest, I can go into the details of how we should recite it, but that would become a kind of a new discussion. But I will tell you, there is we can easily take a class of around 40 minutes over this, just two paragraphs and the two lines. So that is why you have to first of all understand that this story is about the king of demons and the Lord Vishnu, and how the Venus play a role in this whole scenario. In English, I can translate this whole thing into the whole chant means I am trying to protect, I am tying a protective thread to you, similar to the one tied to the Bali, the powerful king of demons. O sacred thread, be firm, do not waver. That's what an English translation means in one line. Okay, now we will get back to the story. What's the story means and how the whole thing starts. So the Vamana is the fifth avatar of the Vishnu. It is in a shape of a dwarf Brahmana, a dwarf Brahman boy who actually come to the Asura king or the demon king, Bali. Because Bali has conquered three worlds, the whole three worlds, the heavens, the hell, and the earth. In the same way, the whole story revolves around how the Lord Vishnu will try to ask three pace of land with the three paces of, his feet, his little feet. So we will start with it that Bali is a grandson of Prahlad. You know the story of Prahlad? Prahlad and the Narsimha. That's another day of a story. The Prahlad is one of the most, you can say, innocent devotee of the god. Even when the god, like if you read the story of the Prahlad, you will see majority of the times that the Prahlad is not holding grudges against anyone, not even against the grudges of the father. Oh, we got an Independence Day. Happy Independence Day, all of you. So he's performing a very great sacrifice, and during such a sacrifice, he has vowed to refuse no one who asks. So, what is happening over this place is the Prahlada has actually beaten Devas. He had taken the three worlds. Then a small Brahmana walks. It's very short and radiant, carrying a wooden umbrella and a water pot. Bali, the king of demons, receives him properly, washes his feet, and asks what he wants: villages, gold, cows, anything. So obviously, when a child is coming to you, and that too a very cute child, Brahmana, even demons give respect to the people. And I think majority of the people think demons were always into the space of fighting and all, and they won't give equal respect to the people around themselves. But no, King Bali is not like that. And at the end of the day, the Prahlad was a devotee of the Lord Vishnu, and he is a grandson of the same. So the boy says that I just want a very little land, not just a little land. The boy asks for three paces of land measured by his own feet. Now the King Bali, the Bali is saying like it's a very small child, and the child is saying, I want three paces of land, and it should be measured by my own feet. Obviously, anyone of the sane mind would say yes, because at the end of the day, this is what the Mercury does. Over here, you would see that Mercury is the Lord Vishnu. Majority of the time, the stories that are associated with the Lord Vishnu, you will see there is this a sense of humor, a sense of deception also, because at the end of the day, you have to achieve something, so you cannot be too much clear about your intentions. So what happens over there is the moment Bali agreed. First of all, Bali laughed and Bali said, you are a very little person. You can ask something more. And the boy was like, no, I just want three pieces of land. Then what happened? Obviously, King Bali said, I grant you your wish. Now what happened? Like now listen to this fact. The Vamana, the small child, increases in the whole dimension. And what is happening during all these places is that the dwarf actually becomes the cosmic body itself. So everything, like within the two paces of, you can say within the whole world, like hell, heaven, earth, whole cosmos was made, measured under the 2 feet. So there was no third place to put a foot. And the dwarf said, the dwarf Brahmana, that is that end of the day was Lord Vishnu said that now what to do with my third feet. Then the Bali says, Bali lost everything during this process. Still Bali was like, the only thing that I can offer you is my own self. You can put this, this feet over my head. So the point is, at the end of the day, the Lord Vishnu measure out the worlds in 3 steps. There are a lot of versions for the same thing, like the story. You will understand the point. There are a lot of versions of the same story that you actually listen in the spirituality. Another story is coming from the Rig Veda. So over there was no mention of dwarf, and there is no King Bali also. So the actually dwarf war shows up later in the Brahmin literature. So you would see whenever you try to read any story, you should always understand you can find different versions. So it's a tradition, it's not a flaw at the end of the day. This is how you actually narrate something. Now the main part. Do you think during this whole process no one warned the Bali? The point is, yes, there were some people who were concerned about this whole thing. One of those were the teacher or the consultant of the demons, known as Venus Shukra Acharya. Shukra means Venus, Acharya means teachers. So obviously the teachers of the demon sees through the disguise immediately. Now this is the point you people should understand. Wherever the Venus is, Venus sees the duality of Mercury. It's a very beautiful sutra. Wherever Venus is able to see the duality of the Mercury. Venus just has this eye. Like we see the Ketu is the one who can see behind the book or read between the lines. We say that's the portfolio of Ketu. But the point is, Venus also has this eye where Venus can point out who is telling lies. And that is why Venus in second house, when whatever the Venus in second house says, or Venus with the second lord, wherever you will see Venus is conjuncted with the second lord, you will see these people are able to tell majority of the things very clearly in front of the crowd without having the thought that who will judge me. What would happen? So what happened is the the consultant of demons, or you can say the teacher of the demons, the Shukracharya, sees through the disguise immediately and tells the Bali, this is Vishnu. This is the Lord Vishnu. He is on the behalf of Devtas. No need to make the promise. But at the end of the day, Bali refuses his teacher. His reasoning is the moral spine of the whole episode. He has given the word during a sacrifice. Vishnu himself has come to his door as a beggar. He can keep the promise and lose the worlds, or break it and keep them. The second is worse. A king who lies is already finished. The problem of sun. This is the problem of sun. Wherever sun is in your horoscope, you will make a promise, and that promise will become a majority of suffering in your life. Because sun always says, my word holds value. Sun in the fifth house. You will give promises to your your children's, that I will do this for you, we will do that for you. Or fifth lord with sun. I have seen majority of the people fifth lord with the sun giving lot of promises to their own child, like we will do this for you, we will do that for you, and not being able to to maintain those promises. If the sun is in the good condition, you can maintain it. Majority of the time it's not possible. Just give me a second. So there was this time, I will share you one topic. This the same story was being recited by my teacher. So the same story was being recited by my teacher, and we were in the class. After that, what happened is, when the whole story was completed, some of the people got the sutras, got all the hidden formulas of the Venus and the sun and how it is working in the horoscope, and some of the people were like, okay, the story is a waste of time. Majority of the people think the story are just for enjoyment. It's something spiritual, it's something pious. You should not question that thing. The point is, we as an astrologer should read the spiritual text, not because it is something pious or spiritual, but I think the gods or anyone, the rishis of the higher intellect or the consciousness, does not want the knowledge to be spread among the people who doesn't deserve the same. So you should read the stories in the presence of your Jupiter. They will give you something. So over there, the sun or the king says that if I would, keep my promise and I will lose the worlds, that's not a big deal. My promise is the one thing that should be alive. I can break it and I can keep all the material wealth with myself, but that thing is more worse. This is the spine, this is the moral spine of the whole story. That even the king of demon has more moral spine than the people that is living on the earth as of now. And we say the demons are the bad people. Trust me, demons hold a lot of more sincerity, punctuality, discipline than the gods majority of the time. Because at the end of the day, they have to fight for a lot of things. No one is giving them things over the platter. So what happened is, because the whole thing and the story goes on, the king Bali pours the water over the boy's hand and completes the vow. Because in our culture, the moment you take promise, you make a vow. So what happened is, you put some water in your hand, and that is known as the sankalpa. So that is sankalpa. Some of the people says over here that the moment Bali wants to to have some water over the palm, the teacher or the Shukracharya actually got the got in between, in this, you can say, in the outlet from where the water should come. Like, you can imagine it as a jug of water, and the Shukracharya reduce its size, that the teacher of the demons reduce its size, and then they are sitting in the outlet of a vessel. So they are like blocking whole this thing. And what happened is, then the Lord Vishnu was like, okay, this is what the Shukracharya is doing. This is what the king is trying to make a vow. And over here, the teachers of the demon obviously are trying to protect the king Bali. But at the end of the day, what happened is, Lord Vishnu, the Vamana, took a very small and you can say small, thin, something wooden stick, sort of wooden stick, or a grass, something pointy, and pushed the outlet and put it under the outlet of the jug from where the water should come. So during this process, what happened? Because the Shukracharya was in the outlet itself, blocking this whole thing. His eye is got suffered due to the same. His eye got punctured. What was the GI? Okay. So kindly do this one thing. Whenever you say the Venus is having, a eye that is not working properly, the point is Venus plus Ketu will give you issues related to the eyes or issues related to your sight. That's what the Venus and Ketu is. So wherever you have Venus and Ketu, you will have trouble related to the eyesight. Or also wherever the Venus sits in your horoscope, and which whatever lord the Venus is conjuncted with, that particular house aspect will always get problematic. That would happen. So you can say Venus in seventh house. The moment you will you will ask something to your partners, to your wife or husband, their advices majority of the time will not help you that much. Venus in seventh. Venus in fourth house, the advices of your mom and the mother are not going to help that much. You will say, okay, this is the advice of my mom, isn't working. And you will say, due to my mom, see Venus in fourth house, Venus with moon. You will say, due to my mom, this thing is happening. I have taken take advice from my mother, and now I am becoming a person which has to deal with the consequences of the same. Venus with Sun, never take advice from your father. Otherwise, you have to take the consequences. You have Venus in seventh. Great, Angela. Now, to whom people you would be like, okay, you can give me the advices. I would write it into my to do list. We will talk later. Venus with Saturn. Advices from your people who are very older in the age. Anyone who is Saturn dominated person. No need to take advice from those. If the degrees of the Venus is within plus minus 3 degrees of that particular planet, the effect increases a lot. And if it is in the Navanch of the particular planet, like Venus in the fourth Navanch, no need to take advices from your mom. Venus in the seventh Navanch, no need to take advices from your seventh house. So what happened is the Shukracharya or the teacher of demons can clearly see all the tricks. That is why Venus is the Shadkarma. Venus are those people. I will tell you a prominent Venus. Anyone who has a very prominent Venus in their horoscope, you can go and ask them about your any part of your life. And whenever you think that these things cannot happen normal way, Venus people, Venus dominated people will tell you we have another way. You will never come unsatisfied over any opinion in your life when you go to a person who has the energy of Venus. And if it is, conjuncted with some retrograde planets like Rahu, good to go. Shad karmas, all the remedies that are cursed remedies or the remedies that were not being told properly to the people in open. One of those remedies is if you really think that you have lot of this thing in your mind, like you will see 20 to 22 years old of people not being able to move on from their relationship, crying every day, oh my dear, they will come in my dreams, they will patch up, my ex will come back, and you're not able to move on. Do one thing. There is this in India, the name of that plant is neem. And I have to search the name in English also, just a second. The name is Indian lilac. That's the name, I think. The scientific name is Azardic, Azardicat, what it is, Azardicata indica. So that's the scientific name of that tree is. It is from the mahogany family, by the way. So the moment you will take a bath, margosa tree or the neem tree, there are the soap. You know, it is antibacterial soap. Very much famous Ayurvedic soaps. You can find it over anywhere in the world. Just type neem soaps, and you will have that bar over your home. They deliver you at your doorstep. The moment you start taking bath with this, soap bar that is being made from the tree known as neem, all of your this Venus quality will slowly go down, and you will start repelling people. You will start repelling majority of the people that are romantically involved in your life. So take this advice seriously. Just don't play with all these things. Give it to those people who have issues in the relationship. It works better for all those people who are Lala Majnus, it work goods on them. So any Lala Majnu, any people who says that my love or high love, neem tree bar soap is the destination for yourself. Also, Bali is remembered as the tradition of Chiranjeevis. People say the Bali never died. At the end of the day, what Bali receives, what the king of demon receives. Majority of the people think as of now Bali is living in the hell. Like, majority of the people are thinking in this way because the king of demons where they will live. But what happened is the celestial architecture known as Vishwakarma made a realm known as Sutala. So that is a place which is free of mental and bodily misery, fatigue, exhaustion, and defeat. And Bali is also being promised to become Indra. Indra is you can say a positional or a CEO kind of a situation for the future age. So whenever the next promotion is incoming, Bali will be there. Okay. Now there are a lot of stories, but still, um, what happened after this? The Lord Vishnu has to serve as the King Bali doorkeeper. So the whole at the end of the day, what happened during all this process? You think King Bali got nothing. The Lord Vishnu has to be the doorkeeper. Can you imagine the fact? The king of demon got a doorkeeper as Lord Vishnu. Then the wife of the Lord Vishnu was searching where my husband is not coming home. Then she got to know the Bali. My husband got a new portfolio. Bali's King's Bali doorkeeper. Then the Mahalakshmi tied him Rakhi, people says, and won him back as a gift. So there are a lot of stories in the Bhagavata version. It actually ends with a promise of protection, not with Vishnu stationed at a gate. So it's a devotional story. I am telling you again, there can be the discrepancies in the stories. We will say the story is telling something else in this thing. It is totally okay. Try to understand the gist of the story. That even the Lord will come as a doorkeeper when you give your everything to the Lord. Like this is what it is. The moment you surrender your whole self, your materialism, your ego to the Lord will come and he will make sure that your whole protection or all those things will be taken care. That is what the thing is. Okay. There is a also Kerala version of the story. the state. So the Kerala is a state in India. So over there, Bali is Mahabali, and it's no villain. It's not a villain at all. He's actually a very good king, and over the reign of the king Bali, there was no theft, there was no lying, there was no want. And Onam is the festival of his yearly return to see whether his people are still happy or not. And you will not find that annual visit in the Bhagavata. It is a regional tradition, enormously old and alive and specific. So in sculpture, what happens is Vamana he appears in two modes. There's a small Brahmana boy, umbrella, water pot, sacred thread, modest and self-contained. And there is a Trivikarma, the three-step forms. One leg raised high across the frame, and there is then the mid stride, and the moment the universe stops being ordinary. So you will see there is this picture of the Vamana. I would I would say where the picture is. Just a second, I would share you the picture. Okay, okay. I think the picture isn't available. Majority of the pictures are really similar. Oh, got the same. See, okay. So this is the picture. See, this is the picture that is actually, I will say, like it's a very good picture. Majority majority of the other pictures are very common. You will find it over every day. The moment the story actually ends, um, do we have another thing that has been left over there? At end of the day, the whole summary of the story is there was a Brahmana, or you can say the Lord Vishnu, come as a disguise as a dwarf, asked for three pieces. The king who had been warned by his own teacher, that is the Venus itself, still did not listen to the same. At end of the day, the king actually, you know, was in a situation where everything was being with the God's grace, returned toward the God, and the king was over there. There was nothing left. At end of the day, the king himself offered his head. In exchange, he was given a realm. Like in exchange of a whole this situation, that this king at end of the day was given a realm that is known as Sutala, that was without sorrow, a future throne as the position of the CEO, that is known as Indra, and the permanent company of the one who took everything from him. So Vamana is a kind of a story. You can say the clever god, the story of a clever god, the Vamana, the fifth incarnation of the Vishnu. How the Lord Vishnu will come in your life and will ask you something and will test your promise. The moment you will make the moment you give and you will make sure your promises will never be broken off, the same pending karma will give you free from suffering. If only two steps were required to take everything, the Sahasra was head of Bali. Why were three requests in the first place? Anyone? Retro effect. I would say this is why the Lord Vishnu is one of the most curious and clever person. At end of the day, if only two steps were required, the story will end like, now I've actually achieved everything within my two steps. I am going home. Bali doesn't have anything to do. There was no conversation afterwards. It's like, Bali, my work is done, boy. I am getting over to my place, and you can think of your own. I am making some new place for you, new apartment. You can go over there, and in the next promotion, you will be in the you will be the Indra. And in the meanwhile, the Bali says, because I have given you majority of the thing of my life, kindly be my doorkeeper. So the whole story is actually like the three steps. two steps are like, okay, in the two steps I have actually covered majority of materialistic possession you have, and the last step is for your spiritual growth. The last step is where now you have to offer something more than materialistic thing, and the last step is where the king Bali himself offered his head to the Lord. This is the whole thing. You can cast, yeah, you can share the Prashna. So I will repeat this thing. Angela, I hope so you got the gist of the story in English, because I have actually recited the story in English for you because everyone else understand Hindi. Can I speak in Hindi for a minute? Then I make sure that I will be switching back to the English. So I can explain this whole thing to the Hindi audience. Those who, don't get the whole gist in the English itself. So I am changing my mode of language. You can be in the VC, we will change it back. Oh, do I read chat? That's one of the most easy things I do over the daily basis. Just post your chat, and you will get an answer. No need to worry for chart reading. The whole server is for chart reading, Angela. See, Anant has actually replied with the same. You can share your Vedic chat over these places and the Western chat over that places. Kindly frame your question in the one line, so it's better for anyone who will reply to your question. Give us around 48 to 72 hours for any analysis. Majority of the analysis you will see on the server are free. So we also have a lot of backlogs over daily basis. There is also this one thing that is happening over the website. You can find the link of the websites like over the announcement section. Ongoing, yes, Anant has shared that too. Thanks, Anant. Over here, Angela, we are actually organizing a free medical consultation. So anyone who have some issues related to the medical or any bodily pain or emotional pain, they can fill that form for free of cost, and we will reply for the same. It is available for everyone. You don't have to be over the Discord for the same. So this whole story of the Lord Vishnu was there to tell you one thing. No need to keep your ego. You won't go anywhere. Even if you have whole world, you know, anything like you think I have this, I have that, multi-billion dollar company, nothing will work. Someday Ketu will come. This whole story was about Ketu. Don't you think the same? A dwarf Brahmana, Jupiter Ketu, will come and ask something. I will tell you this will also happen, in life. You people will be like, oh, nothing will happen like this in my life. No, it will happen in every one of our life. A person will come, will ask about something, and you will say no. This is a Ketu story. This is a story of Ketu, a shadow. What is Ketu known as in English? Ketu is which south, which node? Ketu is south lunar node. So the south node, this is a story about the south node of your horoscope. So wherever the south node transit happen at your horoscope, you should be aware about the fact that something will be taken away from yourself. Someone will come and will ask you something over the transit of that south node or the Ketu. For example, the transit of south node happens over your natal Venus. Some relationships or the past relationship will come back. Your ex will come back. Majority of the people ask, will my ex come back? So obviously, when the transit of Ketu will happen over your Venus, your ex will come back. Your partners will come back and they will ask you something. And if there is Sun in the conjunction of the Venus in your natal chart, you have actually made a promise. And the moment you will complete that promise, they will go away from your life. Your pending karma is over. The moment your pending karma is over, you can rise up in the life. That's simple. If you think I can give promises to the people and I can actually go away, there is no repercussions for the same, you are idiot. Because there are repercussions. The whole story is about repercussions only. Don't give your word or promise. And now I will translate this thing to the Panchanga. Panchang mean the theory of the five elements. The whole story will translate. There is this first lunar day. You know, there is a lunar cycle, like when you say new moon, full moon. So, anyone who does not have a familiar concept with the Panchang, like Zero and Angela, after new moon or after full moon, you know, the ascending day or the day that is coming after the new moon and full moon, that is the first lunar day. Either your moon will start descending in the brightness or ascending in the brightness. That day is known in Hindi the Pratipada, the Tithi, or the day of desires. So the first lunar day after new moon or full moon, it is a day where your desires at the peak, and you have so much desire to achieve a lot of things, you actually forgot that you have to bow down, you have to pray. And this is a kind of a hunger. So there is a bright half, and Anant has shared a picture. Everyone, majority of the time, I hope so. Zero and Angela, if you're in the VC, you can see this over here. There is a bright half and there is a dark half. You can see after the first thing, like the first black pitch black circle over the top, top left corner. That is the first lunar day after the new moon, and then you will see just over the next paragraph where there is a dark half, there is a white circle that is nearly white. There is nothing black. There is just a faint just outline of a black ink. That is also the first lunar day. So anyone who is born after the full moon or new moon, the next day of the full moon and new moon, those people have a lot of desires. The desires are endless. That will become, at the end of the day, the issues related to the anxiety, overconfidence. Pratipada Tithi natives, the one who know Panchangas, Pratipada Tithi natives are overconfident majority of the time. They won't let you complete your sentences. They are like, I know everything. Who are you to tell me that I don't know anything? You should get away from my place. If you will, I will tell you one thing. You can actually know which person is having which kind of mentality. For example, you have a case that has been pending, and you have to go in front of the court. The judge would be there. If you know when the judge is born, if you got date of birth of the judge, I'm not talking about the time, I'm just talking about the date of birth. Majority of the time you can know at which lunar day the judge has been born, and then you can know if that judge is having an ounce of you know uh what's the word, like emotions towards your case or not. So if you go to the Pratipada native, or I hope so, just thing that have been recited again and again, the first lunar day after new moon and full moon. In Hindi, it is known as the Panchanga, the five elements, the study of five elements. And there is this word known as Pratipada Tithi, the day of Pratipada. If you do anything over the day of Pratipada, never think you will be fulfilled. That's the main problem of Pratipada. Because Rajabali was also never fulfilled. Na? The king Bali himself says, I have three lokas. I want I want something more. Then the Lord Vishnu has to incarnate it. If you will see, for the whole family, for the grandfather of the this king Bali, the grandfather of this demon king, also the Lord Vishnu has to incarnate it to save the grandfather. And now for the same for the grandson. So I think this is a very common get together for the Lord Vishnu to the family of the Prahlad. So the Pratipada at itself, people who are very confident. Pratipadati native, or the native that have been born after the first lunar day of new moon and full moon. What are those? I hope so, Anand. Kindly, could you just see over the web and can you write the dates of the Pratipada, of the brighter half or of the lower half for this month and for the next month to the September. Just write it over there. The moment Anand will share the dates, kindly mark those dates. Purnima, Krishna Pratipada. Okay, Sina, can we have this bracket like from 28 when the Pratipada will start and when it will end? It would be better. Okay, okay. This is the for 28th August. Tithi at sunrise is the Purnima, and the Purnima will end at when? Like Purnima is up to 9:48. Okay, it's 9:48 a.m. So you can say 10 a.m. onwards, 28 August 2026. When is Rakhi, guys? When is Rakhi? I have just told you the story of Rakhi. I have told you the story. 28 is Rakhi. It's a Pratipada Tithi. Raja Bali. येन बधो राजा बली रक्षा कीजिए हमारी राजा बली रक्षा करते हैं तुम्हारा भाई थोड़ी ना रक्षा कर पाएगा ये लोग समझते नहीं भाई तुम को लॉजिकली सोचो भैया बैठे अमेरिका दीदी है कनाडा भाई कैसे करे रक्षा भाई का यूपीआई नहीं चलता टाइम पे है ना एप्पल पे काम नहीं कर रहा भाई का गैस स्टेशन में खड़े हुए हैं सब लोग तो पॉइंट क्या है कि इट इजंट इट्स अ वेरी सिंबॉलिक तिथि बाबा इट्स अ वेरी सिंबॉलिक थिंग I hope so you got why the Raksha Bandhan is there and what is the story of the Pratipada Tithi. Majority of your festivals happens over a particular Tithi. Majority of your festivals happens over the Pratipada. There's a Bali Pratipada afterwards, the Diwali itself. Diwali is the light of festivals in India. After Diwali, the first, the festival that we actually celebrate is the Bali Pratipada. Simple. Wow. We got the full array of the list. Huh? So over here, Zero and Angela, there is a list that has been shared for the August 2026. Kindly see this list, and wherever you will see the word Pratipada, and that we also have the list for the September. I've actually shared it for you to people. So wherever you see this word Pratipada, like isolate those words and those tithi. Those are the tithi where you will feel your desire at the maximum. So don't even go for the shopping. So if anyone will think, now see, this is an oxymoronic statement, because this Raksha Bandhan, where you go and you buy something for your own sister, no one can get satisfied. Your sister will never get satisfied in the life because it's on the Pratipada Tithi. Pratipada Tithi is not a good tithi to give gifts. It's not a good tithi at the end of the day. You can buy anything. Your sister would be like, okay, there has to be something. At the end of the day, I know feelings make sure you can buy anything. Thought counts is the emotion. It's not the gift. I know. I know. No need to tell the same thing. But the point I am trying to make is giving gifts over the Pratipada, person never gets satisfied. So if you want to see, you want to gift something to your friends also, and you're gifting it over the Pratipada Tithi. So I will tell you wherever the Pratipada Tithi is. So August 29, Pratipada, 10 a.m. after Pratipada is starting, and you would make your this Rakhi afterward 10 a.m. only then. I hope so. Majority of the people. Some people make it over the Purnima also. I don't think people are making it over the Purnima. Majority people are making over the Pratipada. Or people are making over the Purnima. What about the Bhadrakal? We would have a discussion over Bhadrakal Doomsday someday. Yamaganda, Rahu Kalam, all of those things. We will discuss it someday later. It's a very good topic. Thanks for reminding us. We could take a suggestion. दशा से बड़ा कोई नहीं होता बाय द वे, एट एंड ऑफ द डे दैट्स, दशा से बड़ा कोई नहीं होता। शिव शक्ति भी दशा की बदौलत थी। अच्छा, माता सती, आपको पता है द गॉडेस, द वाइफ ऑफ लॉर्ड विष्णु, oh sorry, the wife of Lord Shiva and the sister of Lord Vishnu, Ma Parvati. There was this event of Sati where the goddess itself got humiliated by the family, and then the goddess was, what the goddess did. We all know that story of Ma Sati. What was that tithi? Find it out, guys. Find it out. Find it out over the web. What was that tithi? That's the main thing. So Zero and Angela would be like, oh, these topics are a bit interesting, or majority of the topics is these are new topics for you people, Zero and Angela, the topics that are being discussed over there, or you have actually, have some kind of thoughts for the same. I hope so, Angela. Yes, Zero. Yes, Zero. You can unmute yourself.
Mm, I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of listening, man. I know like the moon cycles. I know how to read them. I just never knew how they're named in
Okay.
here.
Okay. Now you got a new information. Zero. Never gift anything over the Pratipada Tithi of the moon cycle. The first Tithi. The first day of any moon cycle. Be it better, be it a bright half or a lower bright half of any
Okay.
month.
So what? Full
Otherwise,
moon and new moon
mhm,
is like is the pratipata.
after full moon and new moon, the next day. You can write over the internet the Pratipada Tithi and it will calculate it for your own time zone. No need to worry for the same. Software and the websites are calculating that thing. Just write Pratipada Tithi.
Gotcha. Does the nakshatra not matter? Because I feel like the
Obviously,
nakshatra
everything
would be somewhere.
matters. Everything matters, but we cannot go into that detail as of now because in the Panchanga there are 5 elements. This is only the one element. That is the Tithi that I have just shared. Another 4 are still remaining at end of the day. In another 4, there is the nakshatra that we consider. It's like a basic, as of now we discussed.
Got it.
Oh, we have a Belle with us. Belle, I hope so. I have seen you for the first time in the VC. कैसे हो Belle आप? आपको हिंदी समझ आता? Okay, Belle, आपका first time. Okay, Zero and Angela, we are talking in Hindi. You can be in the VC. No need to leave. Give us 10 to 15 minutes so I can, brush it up into Hindi also. हाँ Belle, आप मेरे ख्याल से फर्स्ट टाइम हो VC में ना? अच्छा, ठीक है। अनम्यूट करके पूछ सकते हो आप। मेरे ख्याल से मैं आपके सर्वर में भी तो हूँ। कौन सा है आपका सर्वर वो? मैंने आपको देखा था उस सर्वर में। मैं आपके सर्वर में हूँ, पता नहीं, मैं भूल रहा हूँ कौन सा सर्वर है। तुमको हिंदी आता? ठीक है, हाँ तुमको हिंदी आता है टाइप्स में वो निकल रहा साउथ इंडियन एक्सेंट में आज। अरे ओनम की स्टोरी एकदम से आ गया ना, तो मे बी यू आर इन दिस एस्ट्रोजेनोसिस और समथिंग लाइक दिस। अच्छा, आपका नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं। बना लीजिए सर्वर, सर्वर तो बन ही सकता। आपने कुछ अनम्यूट करके पूछना है, पूछ सकते हो। कोई ना, अगर कोई भी आपके क्वेश्चंस हो जिस अगर चार्ट रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन होंगे आप फिर रिस्पेक्टिव चैनल्स में डाल दीजिएगा, आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा। वीसीज हमारी होती रहती है, आपको समय मिले ज्वाइन कर लेना। ठीक है जी, चल बड़ी। So at end of the day you have just seen the Raksha Bandhan. That is why you know what happens. I never buy. I will tell you the remedy for the same. You will also go for the Raksha Bandhan. Your sister will come and tie the, knot. If your sister is not chanting the At end of the day, feeling matters the most. Trust me. Chanting the mantras and all these are the Mercury things. But if you have the feeling that my brother, it's a feeling of brother and sister. It's a very intimate relation. Feelings are surpar. But still, if you are tying a knot, it's very easy. It's just a 10-second of the work. Kindly learn that. Yen bando bali raja. Just tell your sister to recite that same thing. You have to understand the story. Now you will understand why you are making Raksha Bandhan. Are you getting the whole story of Raksha Bandhana? Why Raksha Bandhan? There are a lot of festivals, and we never ask the questions. People are like, there are a lot of stories. Krishna, Draupadi's story. Draupadi tied a piece of her sari over the Lord Krishna's bleeding finger. He promised to protect. There are a lot of stories like this. But the point is, the stories that have been associated with the Rakhi is to protect. So the first thing is kindly recite the Raja Bali Raksha Sutra. It just take hardly 10 to 15 seconds. Try to do the same. The moment you give respect to the particular planets, trust me, they will give you 10 times better the same. You try to respect Jupiter, the same Jupiter will give you the sutras in your sleep and in your dreams. The same Jupiter, you will think you are not able to physically contact your teacher. You believe in your Jupiter, na? Your teacher will come in your dreams and will teach you. Simple. Just be sure about any feeling. Be pure about your feelings. People can take screenshot. We have shared this Yen Bando Bali Raja. And always try to remember what's the meaning behind the same. Just don't recite Sanskrit like a chimp. Just try to understand what it is. Because reciting it won't make a difference in your life. Understanding the point is what it is. So okay. Actually, people, this just a second. How many of you people will be making the Raksha Bandhan? Like when Raksha Bandhan Murat? Just a second. When is Raksha Bandhan? It's 28 August. It's yes. The auspicious time window, the Shubha Murata is falling towards 5:57 a.m. to 9:48 p.m. as Bhadrakala ends before sunrise. Okay, the Shubha Murata is 9:48. After that, 10:46, the Rahu Kal is there. The Purnima Tithi ends over the 9:48 a.m. So people are making it over the Purnima. I think it is making over the Purnima Tithi, and they are not making the Raksha Bandhan. The festival is being celebrated over the Purnima rather than over here. People are not celebrating over the Pratipada. I think over Purnima, no? People are celebrating it over Purnima rather than Pratipada. But majority of the people, because it is the 28 afterwards, na, people will tie the Rakhi even after the whole day because it is after 9:48 p.m. It's AM to be honest, not PM. It's 9:48 a.m. in the morning. People will travel, so they will reach to their respective houses afterwards in 12 to 1. You are trying over the 27th. Okay then. Because people are trying to celebrate the same thing on the Shravan Purnima na, rather than on the Pratipada. So there are two sets of the people who celebrate. Some people celebrate Rakhi over the Pratipada also. You will be like, no, no one celebrated. I have seen people celebrating over the Pratipada rather than over the Shravan moon. But the point is, it should be 28 at end of the day. It's 28 early morning rather than over the 27. Because the point is, the var is changing. Na? At end of the day, if you tie the Rakhi over the Friday, the var element is of Venus. The moment you will tie the Rakhi over the Thursday, the var element is of Jupiter. So you are changing the var element of the Panchang. So if you want good results for Rakhi, see there are two things. If you want to educate your so your sister and something like this, you want a relationship of a teacher or something, someone who can guide you, then tie it over the Thursday 27. If you want a relation that is more than a teacher, that is a fun relation, tie it over the Bhadrakala, that is, you can say, after 6 a.m. till 9:48 a.m. in the 28th, because the var will change. The var element is also important. I will always try over the Friday only. I won't be tying, even if my sister will say, I will be like, I will come at your home in the morning. No need to tie, because I have been a lot of time I have to counsel that lady. Anytime she will come with those respects. I don't want to be tying it over the Thursday. The same Jupiter will increase. So Shravan Purnima is what where the people actually celebrate this. But 28th, I will tell you, majority of the people will never be celebrating this thing over the Purnima itself. Because people think the Murata doesn't make sense. Majority of the people, festivals are not giving them the sense in their brain. For them, it is just like a get together towards the family. So they don't even take care of the Muratas. They don't even take care of which timing we should do the ritual. That's their own, you can say, world. But still, it should be 28. And after 28, if you will tie, after 10 a.m., then it is a Pratipada. You can still tie over the Pratipada. It's not a very big deal if you will, tie over the Pratipada. Because Pratipada is a tithi of desire. But never gift your sister anything after in the Pratipada. Try to gift it over the Purnima itself. That is one of the most important things. Like, make your courier available at the home if you think it is difficult for you to reach at the time. But the gift should always reach over the Purnima Tithi. It's a kind of a hassle, by the way. Like, your gift will reach first. But if you think you cannot reach the person physically before 10 a.m. in 28th August, just try that your gift will reach before that time only, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. If it is also not possible, give the gift over the 27th when the Purnima is there. I hope so the Raksha Bandhan is making, sense to majority of you people. Purnima Tithis, Pratipada Tithis. People make the festival over both of the Tithis. Some people, or majority of them, will make over the Purnima itself, Shravan Purnima. But if you'll ask me, Pratipada is also the great Tithi. Because Pratipada is as a Tithi of desire, na, at end of the day. So you have a lot of desire. Just try to avoid going to the malls, otherwise your bank balance will get, if you think I'm going with my sister and I make sure that I would spend around $1,000, you will spend around $1,500 because it is the Friday, the Var is of Venus. Then there is Sun, that is a Pratipada. So the king is with Venus. What will happen? Money will flow like anything. Money follows, my brother. That's what the Ravi Kishan says. But in your case, money will only follow to that person. From your account, it is credited or debited. Depends upon how you will take care of your situation. But so today is yoga is Shiva and Shiva is ending. Let me see what is happening over the 27th. What is the yoga? Yoga is Shobhana. And in the 28th, what's the yoga is? If I'm right. In the 28th, the yoga is Sukarma Baba. Okay. Okay. The Tithi doesn't even have. The nakshatra is of Rahu. By the way, the moment you will tie the Rakhi, the nakshatra is of Rahu. It's the Shatabhisha nakshatra. So this Rakhi doesn't have the, at end of the day, one thing is missing. Whole five elements at end of the day never actually, there is no festival in this world that will always balance the five elements of the Panchang. Something will always remain, in a position you have to do something. So you have to do the remedy for the Rahu in that day. It's a Satabisha. So do the remedy of a nakshatra of Satabisha to get the full result of the Rakhi. Otherwise, Rakhi is just like another festival for you people, won't be giving you a result. Majority of you people will think, will this matter? I will try, kindly do the same for once in your life. If you are making a festival, try to follow the Panchang. Do the remedy of Satabisha. It will help. Because we have the Purnima, we have Friday, we also have Sukarm, We have Bava, but during that ritual where you will die, the nakshatra is of Satabisha. So you have to make sure that any Rahu element should not be there. Kindly avoid gifting headphones, speakers, that are one of the most commonly thing that people give to each other. Battery. Rahu is there. The moment you will introduce Rahu, this is a very good yoga otherwise. The other four elements are in the synchronization. The one element is not. Actually, there are two elements that are not in synchronization, but I am taking a liberty to say only one. The moment you will gift anything, and even if your sister will gift you anything battery related, now be aware your Rahu is with yourself at end of the day. So kindly make sure no need to gift any Rahu related items. Even if you have bought the gift and you want to give your gift, no need to worry. I've just told you the same now. For that only what you have to do is gift it over 27th. No, no, you can't even gift it over 27 because I will just make the Panchanga of 27. The Satabisha is running. Na 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 na. You will gift it over 28. Can you gift it over 1 p.m.? No, you cannot. Can we gift it over 27? Just a second. Let me check. The Dhanishta is there, the Vishti is the Karan and Atigandha. No, you cannot even gift it over the 27, yeah. If the speakers are being with you, it's a 28. Another one is 29. The yogas of Dhriti. Why, God, why? Now the Saturday is not a good place. What's the 30? Okay. Okay, not the 30 is also not a good day. That is why I think astrology is not a good science. Now I am trying to make the Muhurta to gift your cousins a speaker. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to ignore the things. Even in the September. Now I can see over the September. Okay, if you want to gift these things, then gift it over the September only. First September. If you think you want to gift someone any Rahu related items like all these things that are speakers, wireless entities, battery related something, give it over first September. Say to your sister, your gift is coming, yeah. It is over that the shipment is delayed. Simple. I'm not telling you to change your gifts. I'm just telling you to change the timing. If you cannot change the timing, then give it over the same day. At end of the day, this is how the people are making. We are astrologers. If we can use astrology, good. If we cannot use it, then gift it over the same day. No need to take tension. It's simple as it is. ना ना भाई लोग 10 रुपया क्यों देंगे भाई भाई लोगों से मांगो पैसा पीसा वीसा मांगने में कोई कमी नहीं करनी भाई लोगों से 10 रुपये अगर भाई अगर गिफ्ट देना चाह रहा है स्पीकर तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ अरे चलो एक काम करो इतना भी मत सोचो तुम्हें स्पीकर अगर मिल भी गया गिफ्ट तो खोल उस दिन लेना ना उसी दिन यूज करना है उसको भाई ने दे दिया उसी दिन लग गए उसको यूज करने में 1 सितंबर को खोल लेना गिफ्ट को अच्छी बात है भैया भैया सबके भाई अच्छे ही गिफ्ट देते हैं किसी का भाई खराब गिफ्ट नहीं देता नो ब्रदर every brother in this world will gift you very good gifts from his or her standpoint or you have to train that person don't expect na, for those people majority of the men doesn't even know how to do a face wash. They don't even have moisturizers. You are expecting a lot. You have to teach them, you have to teach them that. Please, gift me this. चलो मेरा अच्छा है अच्छी बात है पहले से आता है अच्छा एक बात बताओ अगर आपने आज तक लाइक मेजोरिटी ऑफ पीपल आर इन द बीसी हैव यू एवर ट्राई टू मेक एनी वन फेस्टिवल अकॉर्डिंग टू द पंचांग ट्रस्ट मी यू हैवंट even I try my best but due to the family structure sometimes I cannot even follow the muhurta I have to go at the same place but I try my best if it is Diwali if it is Holi can I make the same thing no tree you always do that's an issue na that's the same issue काहे किसी और दिन बताओ देख पंचांग पंचांग में कैसे समझाऊं यहाँ पे वो आएगा ना किसी दिन पिकॉक वो तुम्हें थोड़ा एसेंस बता पाएगा मैं सीना ही बता देंगे एसेंस तुम्हें ये सभी ऐसे सीना है मेरे ख्याल से। उस दिन तो अनंत भी थे उस बीसी में, पंचांग वाली में। तो हम जैसे अब कर रहे हैं, और जो पंचांग के हिसाब से फेस्टिवल मना सकते हैं हम लोग। बट उस फेस्टिवल में क्या दिक्कत होगी? लाइक द पंचांग इज ऑलरेडी यूज्ड टू मेक द फेस्टिवल्स, बट द सेम फेस्टिवल will lack something. And the moment you will trigger the same triggering point over the festival, the things don't go as planned. So I'm not talking about that the panchang is not what you guys are not following, because you will follow the tithi. It's very easy. People follow the auspicious murata for today in the panchanga. People follow the var. The problem is yog, karan. People don't follow yoga and karan. That is why you never get the result of the panchanga. Otherwise, think why the people are suffering. Why over the good festival of yours you start fighting? Someone get ill. You know that's the reason. And I will tell you one of the most important thing: never ever give kaju katli to any of your dear people. I am saying this thing. I have actually maybe told in this VC or in another VC. Maybe I have told you don't gift kaju katli, na? Okay. Never gift kaju katli. No, you won't give kaju katli, Baba P. Kaju katli is a Saturn. Kaju, dry fruit are Saturn. You will never gift anyone dry fruit. Anything that is made of dry fruit, you think it is a luxurious thing. Nah, nah, it isn't. Anything that is associated with the dry fruits should never be consumed on first of all Sunday, and should never be all. You can consume dry fruits over Saturday. It's very great day to consumes a lot of dry fruits. Kaju kishmish snacks every day is good, yeah. It's a Venus. Makhana, kaju kishmish. The point is, you won't gift it to your people. Setsu. The moment someone will ask, Setsu, can I have the brunch? And you are like, yes, kajus. Someday it's okay. I'm not trying to make anyone fanatic about the situations over there. But someday it is okay if your colleagues are asking repeatedly time if they will consume your kaju and kishmish, they will become distance from you. They are like, okay, a kind of separation will come. दिवाली पर तो ड्राई फ्रूट ही देते हैं। मैं बताता हूँ, हमारे रिश्तेदार हैं, ठीक है। जब तक मुझे ज्योतिष आता नहीं था, until and unless I didn't know astrology, that relative used to come with a full box of salted, dry fruits. Day by day, every year that person gave us, salted dry fruits. The communication have become nil. The person we used to talk a lot, like my parents, now they aren't. That happens. And I am seeing that pattern for the last 3 years. There are some people who change their gift towards a very Jupiterian gift, like Patisha. I always love Patisha. There was this one time I used to consume, a lot of Kaju Katli, and I become Katli, or Kaju, you can say anything. But the point was, the Kaju, whenever you consume those things, it's a Saturn element. It make you lazy. Dry fruits are only good if you take it in a very small quantities. Better to be consumed if your Saturn is very good. The only best thing to give auspicious is Patisha. बेस्ट पतीशा A2 गाय का घी होना चाहिए। A2 गाय का घी आप लोग सर्च कर लो, इट्स वेरी एक्सपेंसिव। मेरे ख्याल से नॉर्मल लोग कितने का घी आता है हमारा? इट कम्स अराउंड 1 kg of the clarified butter that the Indian uses approximately comes around 800 majority of the time. If you will go for a organic cow or the Badri, like the over the hills, the Badrinath, if you go over there, you would ask them, and you will, even if you want to buy over the online, the price is around 3,000 rupees per kg. So make patisha from that, but Badri Kai. That was the pure Jupiter energy is. You haven't even eaten the pure Jupiter. I'm telling you. The first time I have eaten the pure Jupiter mithai, I was very happy for the whole day. The point was, no, I wasn't happy due to the taste. It was another thing I can't even express in the words. It's very expensive. I know it's very expensive. It's a one-time investment for, like, you can do it over the Diwalis or something like this. Like buy something, in a large quantities, the ghee. They are truly expensive. That's what the Jupiter is, na? Do you think have you think the Jupiter is being sold out for a very mere rates? Have to think in this way. Jupiter, Venus, the food associated with the Jupiter and Venus, they are being consumed and being sold and being associated with the price tag that even Saturn doesn't want to get associated with. Even Saturn has standards, guys, at the end of the day. So that is the thing. Think something as of Jupiter. Trust me, one thing. I will tell you this one thing. There was people who were telling me about the gold is Jupiter, and they're like gold is very expensive. So we were having this conversation with all those astrologers, so-called astrologers, and they are like, we make this sweet dish with the ghee and all these things. And I just asked them, just as of now, like, okay, if you will consume ghee, what type of ghee? And they were like, what do you mean, what type of ghee? The point was they were using normal ghee. And I was like, this isn't even ghee, dude. You know it isn't. It isn't real pure ghee. It's a very ultra processed clarified butter. So if you think gold associated with the Jupiter is very difficult to procure, it's very expensive. Do you think the item that are related to the Jupiter when you eat them, majority of them should be? That is a ghee because ghee is also Venus. Ghee is not just Jupiter. Ghee is Moon, Jupiter, Venus. The ghee you use is a combination of Moon, Jupiter, and Venus. It is a Venus element. It is a Moon element and then Jupiter element. So kindly don't think that you have even eaten a very good Jupiter. The only good Jupiter you can hit is haldi, turmeric, budget friendly turmeric. Go in the farm, ask the turmeric, take it. It will work as Pokhraj also. No need to buy Yellowstone. Majority of the people can get the result from that also. Like 90% of you. 80% of you people need Pokhraj. Haldi dudya, that's a good thing. Good, 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 good. Haldi is Jupiter in itself. And if you also your Jupiter is in 12th, it's better to give the haldi, excess turmeric powder to the people. Kind of a remedy that is happening over the same. What is Rasagulla? Rasagulla is moon, Mangal, Mars moon. That's what the Rasagulla is. So I am telling you the point. Never ever give your gurus Kaju Katli. Never ever go to your mandir, masjid, church and give Kaju Katli. Please. No need to give Saturn element. Give, I will tell you, have if you want someone is meddling a lot with your life, some relatives or something like this, and you don't want them to talk with you, gift them dry fruits, especially almonds. And if they are salted, salt is also Saturn. Dry fruits are Saturn Venus. Trust me, best remedy. Give it to your relatives. They won't talk with you. Majority of will be like, we don't get time. Yes, you can give apples. Apple and any kind of fruit is Venus. Dry fruits are Saturn. But that's the only thing. You can give any fruits. It's very easy. Huh? Now you can see why the majority of the Indian families are getting divided, isolated. Because majority of the people on the name of maintaining a standard, they always give dry fruits. Dry fruits aren't, a very good mark. Even if you make something from a pure ghee, that's what the Jupiter Venus is. Do you think the patisha you are eating in the market for 600 rupees per kg would use 5,000 rupees per kg ghee? Do you think the answer is no? So the moment you will use ghee, good ghee to make any sweet dish, it will be one of the best thing. And I will tell you one more thing. If you want to, you know, give any kind of sweet dish to your deity, if you give it from the market, the result is okay, okay. It's a okay, okay result because Riti want your love. So even if you make one piece of chocolate pudding by your own self, that will work far better than buying something from a shop. So majority of time when I see people going to a DT or a god, there are a lot of, I know they are also in the business. They also have to run their their own income. But the point is, don't try to buy something. Don't include this element of uh, where the things are that much materialistic that even if you are going to the god, you have to show the money. That's a problematic situation. Yes, you can gift anything. Like if you love something, you want to give it, that's okay. But for majority of the time, you don't have to. You can make anything at your home, and you can go give the prasad, take it back to your home. Chocolate is not Venus. Chocolate is not Venus. That is why you can give chocolates to people. Very great. Give dark chocolates to your relatives, they won't talk with you. And also, if you give dark chocolate of their engraved name, like there are custom chocolates you can make and you can order over the bakeries, they would make a custom chocolate bar for you. So, what you have to do is just you have to order a custom chocolate, dark chocolate bar of the person that you don't like and give it one time at max, like one or two times. They won't talk with you. Also, that person will get a lot of bad name in the society afterwards when he or she will eat chocolate. I have done everything, Adrian, to be honest. Any remedy that I will tell you, I have done it to anyone, everyone. I won't tell you majority of the remedies because majority of you, I know you are very good people. What you would use is who would get the curse? Me, Jupiter 8. आप सब तो चले जाओगे झोला उठा के बाद में राजा बलि मैं ही बचूंगा इस बार वामन अवतार भी नहीं आएंगे पता है वहां तो वामन ने सिर्फ पैर रखा था मेरे पे तो बैठ ही जाएंगे और मेरे लिए कोई सुताला बुताला भी नहीं बनेगा नरक भी नहीं बनेगा मेरे को लगता भी नहीं इतना रोमांटिक होके भगवान जी आएंगे मेरे पास क्या चाहिए पुत्र मैं कहूंगा बस आप सर पे पैर रख दो सर पे पैर रख के नीचे ही दबा देंगे वो कहेंगे चलो मैं चलता हूँ बाय बाय टाटा है ना मेरे को अपना मेरा भगवान ही 8वें में बैठा है ना मुझे पता है और ऊपर से तुम मरकरी के साइन में बैठा है जुपिटर इज इन मरकरी जुपिटर इज इन साइन ऑफ द वर्गो माय माय गॉड इज आल्सो very much humoristic. My God also have a very good humor. I always says this thing. Majority of the time when I talk in my dreams, I think my God also have a very good humor. I have actually got answers from the humor itself. I won't give you a lot of remedies. These are very good remedies if you do it for the best of the person. If you think anything you will do and there are no repercussions, I will tell you one thing. If you think there are no repercussions of the same, there are repercussions. There are a lot of repercussions. The first repercussion I can tell you is the first repercussion that I can tell you is the moment you will do any any kind of these activities and when that person itself isn't asking you anything. Like you will do it for someone who is your friend or you're doing it for someone to tease them. Repercussions will always be there. So no need to do this because the repercussions are not being, held by me. If you do this thing to your friend or a person whom you love and you think I should do this thing, no need to do. Trust me, it works. The point is it will work and that's not even a good part about the remedy. It will work. Because you are actually I'm not telling you the sutras behind why this is happening, why the dark chocolate and all these things. But that is a song that has been sung by Ashutosh. Ashutosh, I have shared it. I hope so. This is what you want. Have I done? I have done the work. No worries. Ashutosh has sung a song for the Independence Day. People can watch. We have shared the link. Not sung, played. Okay, okay. No worries. Talented people we have in us. So try to give this to the people whom you don't want to talk with, like anyone who is, troubling, anyone who is nagging you, and he's your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend, and you don't want to talk, for a very long time. Gift them a dark chocolate that is their name has been engraved into that chocolate. They will think it's very romantic. The answer isn't. It isn't romantic, Baba. I'm doing something with the dark chocolate you haven't. Kindly never do this with the milk chocolate. Huh? Never ever come that I have done the same remedy in the white chocolate. The moment you do it in the white chocolate, that person, it's a totally different thing. Do it into the darkest dark chocolate, like cocoa powder should be high. No need to do it into the white chocolate. Because the white chocolate results are totally not even 180, it is 270, I hope so. हमें शर्कर हमकी रेमेडीज बताने लग गया बता क्या चल रहा है तृतीया और जुपिटर का हो रहा नहीं मंगल का Mars the Mars Ora is being there. That's the VC for today, guys. I hope so. You people enjoyed the lesson. Still, apart from that, anyone have any question? You can ask. Today's the strength of the VC was pretty great, by the way. Angela Zero, how would you like VCs? Because I hope so. This is one of the first concepts. Also, ballet. These are the first, and P is also there. P is also the new person. So P, ballet, Zero, and Angela. You loved the VC. Okay. It's Bell. Oh, okay. No worries.